Hello everybody, today is Tuesday. I haven't put up a video in a few days, and the reason why is, well, just to be honest with you, I have been busy on other people's videos. I did not watch Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding. Of course, you know, it played all day long. And so how can you miss not catching bits and parts of it, right? I am not for this wedding, for this marriage, and for several reasons. Her family has just completely made me against it, and for several reasons. Who calls and says they've been ran off the road by paparazzi and are now at the hospital? That made the Queen and several other of the royal family extremely ticked off, and for good reason. I mean, that's exactly how Princess Diana died, and this was the day before the wedding. And you know, there's other things behind it. I don't know exactly. I've heard different stories, but either way, Dad sold pictures of Meghan and Prince Harry. And then there's other members of the family. And I think the biggest part of the problem is, another biggest problem about this whole family is that it's a dysfunctional family. Her own parents had divorced. She is a divorcee, and she is a feminist, and she's into politics, and that is something that the royals stay away from. They keep saying that Princess Diana would have loved her. Well, I don't know how true that really is, to be honest. I don't think that's completely true. I think they are trying to make Meghan out to be this person that she's not. To be quite honest with you, I didn't even know who Meghan Markle is, so she's obviously not that big of a person. I mean, she's 36 years old. I should have already known who she was, right? I mean, it's not like she's Alicia Schaus or some of these other kids are up and coming that, you know, even my own kids don't even listen to that. I mean, my kids are 24 and 21, so, I mean, I should have even heard, you know, if she was that big or whatever. But, I mean, again, she's 36, so I should have already heard about who she was to begin with, and I have not. On these other video sites, when I make my comment, it's not racist. It's none of that. But because I have my own opinion about the marriage, I'm being called a racist, a bigot, envious, jealous, and all of that. And it's not any of that. I don't think that the marriage is going to last. I think that she wanted in the royal family. I did find out from another source that she met Henry at one of his places where he talks, you know, and she met him there, and she made sure that he knew who she was, and she met him, and that's how she met him. And so she made sure that she was where he was at some point or another, so she could meet him and wiggle her way in. So it wasn't like a by chance she met him somewhere, you know. She deliberately made sure she was where he was. I think, you know, there's so many things you have to give up when you become part of the royal family. And, you know, there's a couple of things that would make it very hard for an American. And, you know, maybe her giving up her social media, maybe it wasn't that hard because, well, I don't think it would be hard for me to do. YouTube might be a little bit harder for me to do, but my Facebook and my Twitter wouldn't be so hard. But yeah, should I get rid of all of her social media sites? The royal family has people who do that for them. And the other thing is politics. She has to give up politics. And, well, I don't see her doing that. I really don't. And so she's gonna make waves. She's not gonna do it right off the bat. I think she's gonna be like Obama. Obama was good the first 4 years. He was re-elected, and he turned from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. And I think she's gonna wait a few years, and she's gonna do that to Harry and the royal family. But I'm really surprised that nobody has hopped in yet and has said anything, especially after the last episode. I think she's really pulling the sheep over the wolf's eye, over the wolf's eyes. And you know, her dad was upset because he wasn't there, because he had a angioplast, and so Prince Charles walked her down once she got about halfway down the aisle. He met her, and he walked her the rest of the way down. And now her mom was at the wedding, and she is now on the payroll of the palace. So, you know, her dad paid for her to go to a private school that taught her, you know, how to really just fit in with the highest class you can fit into. I had somebody to tell me that, you know, that Prince Harry and her are not of the royal family now. And for me to look it up, well, she kind of picked the wrong person, didn't she, to challenge? Well, I did look it up, and they're still part of the royal family. The Queen can hand out titles as she sees fit. Prince William and Kate got Duke and Duchess. I can't remember where they're a Duke and Duchess, but they're over like a little, you know, a little kingdom or whatever you want to call it. And she gave Prince Harry and Meghan Duke and Duchess over Stooks. So if that place is eligible to be given away to a family member, they give them to them. And that is part of the highest royal family. And so, yes, they are still part of the royal family. I don't know where this woman got that, but she was completely wrong and challenged the wrong person. These people crack me up. But no, I'm not a racist. And, you know, people were talking about, well, you know, she's so white. Maybe, you know, her mom was of a mixed race, and that's why she's so light complected. And you know, people kept on just defending her, saying, well, you're just jealous because she's the first bi-white race. So I'm like, no, it is not that. It's based on facts and events. You know, you guys are just so gung-ho because, look, this is the same way with Obama. And so you guys can't see past the facts that have happened and the events that have happened. And, so, you know, she doesn't identify. She doesn't identify, and she doesn't consider herself of any of the African American descent. So what does that tell you about her? You know, she's not even close to her mom, and her mom was at her wedding. When she's close to her dad, and it upset her dad very bad that he wasn't there to walk her down the aisle at her wedding. And that is a very big family tradition of the royal families. You have your dad there to walk you down the aisle. Well, Of course, you know, it's kind of hard to do if your dad's deceased, but her dad was not. So, you know, I don't think part of the royal family would have been hard to do just to, you know, reschedule the wedding. It's not like they don't have the money to tell guests, hey, we're going to have to reschedule. Her dad's just had heart surgery. We're going to reschedule so he can make it. I don't think the royal family would have had a problem with that. I'm just, you know, I just don't think they would. It's not like you and I getting married and having to reschedule and, you know, maybe having to lose some of our deposit money or whatever because we're having to change the date and, you know, now I don't know how that works, to be honest. So, anyway, I am married, but my first one, family member did some of my stuff, and so I don't. And then my second one, you know, I've already been married once. I didn't go through all the hoopla. I just went down to the courthouse. So, you know, I don't know how all that works. So, anyway, and, so, you know, there's a lot of people that feel the same way I do. And I just think that she's just gonna use him. And, you know, everybody thinks that she's good for Harry because he is still depressed about losing his mom. And he gave her as a wedding present an aquamarine ring that belonged to Princess Diana. I don't know if that was a good move or not. No, it's hard to have your own opinion on things because people are going to knock you down. They're going to get mad at you, and you know what? You have to ignore them. I keep getting it, and I really don't care. Some of these people that do this, I think they have come to my channel, and I think that the other ones just don't care. They just want to, you know, slander me and call me names and, you know, those sort of things. And, well, you guys know me. I don't care, and I will continue to be opinionated, and, you know, I make my opinions based on facts and events. And, you know, it's like I said, you know, everybody can live based on a fairy tale. But this is not a fairy tale. This is actual reality in life. And I hope that she doesn't hurt him, but I have a feeling that she will. And, you know, her family has a lot to say about her. And, you know, I think that what they have to say about her could possibly be true, and that is the biggest part of why she claims she doesn't have anything to do with them, and why they weren't at the wedding. Her half-brother contacted the royal palace and tried telling them things, and, you know, she stopped it, but I think that is very much the reason why, you know, why she doesn't have anything to do with them is because they do have stuff on her, and she doesn't want that stuff, you know, made public. But, you know, she did drain her dad of money, and, you know, he didn't send his older children to the prestigious school that he sent her. And, you know, like I said, I'm 44. She's 36, and I don't even know who she is. She must not be that big of an actress, because I would have heard about her. And she's that big into politics, and I haven't heard of her. I'm just dumbfounded because, you know, I think I would have known about her. And when I looked her up for Wikipedia, I found her. I seen Wikipedia had her name in there, and, you know, I they didn't really have a whole lot to say about her. So, yeah, I just don't. I think that they said she has her own column in the royal family in which she can write stuff on. And, well, let's see how this goes. Let's see how long. Let's see how long it takes before she starts writing her own agenda on it. Because remember, she can't do any politics, but I guarantee you that's what she does. You know, and I listened to something talking about her charities and all of her charitable work and all this, that, and the other. Well, that's funny because that's what they're saying, but why didn't Wikipedia have that in there? You know, I don't believe a lot of stuff. And Wikipedia is pretty good about having information about somebody. So, you know, when other sites are telling me, oh, well, she did this and she did that. Well, who is that coming from? Is that coming from her? Or is this actual things that have said that she's actually done these things? That's my opinion. I don't think that they're going to make it. And I think that she has been one of these little girls. Well, there's a picture of her when she was a little girl. She was the queen. And little girls, we play like, well, I never did. We play like we're princess, and then we grow up and we hope to find our Prince Charming. And here in the United States, you know, that's just finding a good guy. And, you know, then we think that we found our Prince Charming, which, you know, I found mine. But, you know, our Prince Charmings are different than theirs. And my eyes are watering really, really bad. They're burning. So, I'm going to have to end this video. So you guys can leave your opinions and comments below. And I will see you guys later. Have a good day.